Saka on fire, Rice killing it, Elliott looking absolutely amazing. I thought Gahey tonight was brilliant, but overall, England were phenomenal. Rodgers, Watkins getting on the score sheet. This is everything we want to see from an England team. I'm not worried about the second half. Yes, the sting was taken out of the game. Wales were a little bit better in the second period. They pressed more. I mean, maybe we're a little wasteful. But with the volume of subs, because it's a friendly, the fact we were 3-0 up, the players know they've got a big and important game to help qualify for the World Cup in the early part of next week. Plus, the Premier League would have been on their mind. There's no doubt about it. You take a 3-0, and listen, sometimes it's great to win a game with the final kick of the match. Sometimes it's amazing, as Scotland did, to kind of come from behind, score that final goal, the third goal, very late in the game to kill off the tie, because it gives you that adrenaline rush late in the match, and it's amazing. But that all being said, United weren't clinical. England tonight were clinical. We were dangerous. The set pieces were on point, and we were so dominant against this Welsh team. And for anyone that doesn't follow international football when it comes to England, when you play your Scotlands, your Wales, your Northern Ireland, your Republic of Ireland, it's always a spectacle. It's often a very hard game. Wales have only scored once against us in about 35 years, but the games are often really competitive and really difficult. That's the facts. And tonight, England were just majestic. And I felt under Thomas Tuchel that it's taken us a while. I think it's taken us some time to really get going, to really get ourselves motoring. I really felt that we've plodded through a lot of games, and we've got to try and find the balance. And he said something very interesting this week, that he's not going to pick the superstars. He isn't going to pick the best players. He's going to try and build the best possible team. And it's exactly what Sir Alf Ramsey told us. It's exactly what Sir Alf Ramsey said about England, that you don't pick your best players, you pick your best team. And look, do I think Bellingham are going to find their way back into the squad? Yes. But what I love seeing right now is the likes of Elliot Anderson, who's having a fantastic season. He's having a fantastic season at club level. But the fact that he's got his choice, the fact that he's got himself into the England first team is brilliant. And he just looks so accomplished. He looks so at home. I love the way he plays. And look, Wharton not being there, I find mad. No disrespect to Dean Henderson to the likes of Jordan Henderson, Loftus-Cheek. Wharton should be in this team for me. I think he's just a level above at this stage, at this time, 2025. But Elliott's been amazing. Rice again today in an England shirt, just phenomenal. Forget how good the set pieces were. It was just his leadership. It was his dominance. It was his presence in this game. The man is an absolute phenom. And yes, I see the only criticism I ever agree with, or not even criticism, could sort of break down his game. Not the greatest on the half turn with the ball, but every single other element, his progressive passing, his carrying, his ability to create opportunities, his crossing, his set pieces, his leadership in terms of organization, keeping everybody level-headed, helping to set that tempo, not just with his play, but with his presence on the football pitch as well. Them two in the middle, I thought were fantastic today. I felt Anthony Gordon out wide did a good job, came central as well in the second half. Look, Watkins and Rodgers both had quite tough starts to this season at club level. But do you know what I love about what Thomas Tuchel's doing? He's not worrying about club form per se. Because we do that a lot as England fans. We're stupid. We as England fans are often stupid. Pick the players in form at their club level. No, you've got to create a club mentality at international level. You can't just be dropped from a squad that you're playing well in. Both played well tonight for England because you're not doing it at club level. There's got to be a marry-up. I said the same thing when Maguire was killing it for England, and I still don't understand why he's been dropped. He's never put a foot wrong for England. He should be there, really. But they're doing the right thing there with Rodgers and Watkins. Defensively, very, very sound tonight overall. Gahey helping set up a goal. Brilliant. I get why Liverpool want him. We all know why Liverpool want him. He's a fantastic defender. But he's good on the ball. He was a threat from set pieces. I loved how he set the first goal up. I love that kind of the attitude in that moment. Could have just let that ball run out and gone, oh no. but he didn't. He fought for it, kept it alive, scored. But I want to speak about Bukayo Saka. I want to have a chat. Firstly, the goal. Bukayo Saka's goal was world-class at any level, at any moment, ever, point blank, period. Out of this world. Amazing. Fantastic. Brilliant. It truly, truly was brilliant. Can't deny it, won't deny it. Well done, Saka. The strike was amazing. If you watch it in slow-mo as well, he does this thing where my comparison is going to probably freak a few of you out here. I like a bit of ice hockey. And sometimes in ice hockey, when someone does, I don't know what the words for it are. I'm only using the words I know here in England. Sometimes someone will do it like a sort of a dummy or a deke, I think they call it in hockey. And they'd go out for a third, they go in, they go out. And as it goes out for the first, they look like they're going to shoot. And they kind of just leave the hockey stick up. And they let the ball go wider and then they shoot. And it's like an extra dummy. And Saka did that tonight. Sold his man once, sold his man twice. And on the second dummy, he lets the ball continue rolling. And if you watch it in slow-mo, it's even more beautiful. It makes you think the ball's getting away from him. But then he changed his body shape, just as they do in hockey. And he hits the ball with his foot to a point where the defender isn't going to be able to get there because he allowed the ball to run. But he stops himself moving. So the defender is going to follow the body of the player and not the ball. And as he's following Saka's body and stops, the defender's going to think the ball's there still. But Saka lets it run, and then he kind of elongates his leg, leans back, hits it with the instep, and it swerves into that far corner, and it's beautiful. And the strike's amazing. Goes into the top corner, all brilliant. But it's that kind of dumb, I don't know what you call it. It hasn't even got a name. But he just lets that ball run a little bit further. Amazing. But it was his overall performance tonight. And there was a lot of questions, and we'll be talking about this on Straight Facts on the Football Terrace tomorrow. By the way, hit like button, subscribe, share, hype, get it done. There was this, having this conversation, I want to ask Don. And Don's my bro. Killed it this week on SDS. Love him to bits. And it's always about conversations. It's never about calling people out. It's conversations. There were question marks whether Saka was going to get his explosiveness back, whether Saka was going to get back to his best where he could really sprint and run at fullbacks and work really hard the whole game. And I know he came off after about 70 minutes tonight. But in the last couple of Premier League games since returning, I know he had that little injury earlier on this season. Back end of last season, he was sluggish in games. I'm not going to deny it, he was. But I feel like we're getting the very best Saka back. And when I say we, I'm talking from an England perspective. Arsenal fans will be looking at this and they'll be licking their lips. They'll hope that he plays again, maybe 50, 60 minutes in the week. He's rested, England win, he's rested and ready for Arsenal, the return of the international break. But I think we're getting the very best Bukayo Saka back. And for me as an England fan, that is absolutely music to my ears. I loved everything that he did tonight. And there was a couple of times maybe the final ball could have been a bit better, some will say. But overall, absolutely chuffed with the way he performed and the way he played. And I look at him, I look at Declan Rice, I look at Anderson. Those three were my standout performers tonight. I thought they were fantastic. I thought Rodgers and was good. I felt that Anthony Gordon had a good game. Gahey, as I already mentioned, I just thought was so solid tonight. Jed Spence as well. Really glad to see Jed Spence in the England team. I think I like the fact he can play left and right very, very quick. That pace is so needed. But for me, those three, Rice, Anderson, and my man of the match, Bukayo Saka, not just for his goal, but his overall display tonight, I thought was out of this world. And England are in very safe hands here. The fact that you've still got, as I mentioned, the Palmers to come back. Kane was on the bench. You have Bellingham to come back to within and around this squad. It's exciting times. I mean, Eze didn't even get on the pitch tonight. Eze wasn't on the pitch. Wharton should be in this squad. Exciting times for England. But Bukayo Saka, for me, back to his best. Absolutely dangerous. And England right now looks set. Do me a favor, please. Like, subscribe, share. Hit that hype button if you'd be so kind. And we'll see you all again very, very soon. Peace.